welcome back to our 100% playthrough of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. In the previous mission, we had just... There we go. We had just finished rescuing Thorold from the Thalmor and returned to Whiterun to deliver the good news to his mom. His brother was nowhere to be found. We are currently level 7, about to be level 8 in our Mage build, my first Mage build I've ever done, as we look to go 100% through Skyrim, all missions, including the DLCs. We're currently going through Whiterun, and now that we're back with all the bounty, let's go ahead and unload some of this loot before we head up to the middle of the city to see what kind of things we can get into there.
I'm sure they would love to trade in your steel.
Since Belethor's is not open yet, let's wait another 2 hours. Give it a second to update. There we go. And we go here since he sells literally everything.
Everything's for sale, my friend. Everything.
I've got your back.
Find a sister,
all right, what is it?
Sell her in a second.
What do you need? And I'm right behind you.
So let's go ahead and grab everything off of Faendal since we're here. And we will just take literally everything. In the past, I've always done just solo runs since I usually used a stealth archer build, and learning just how useful your partners can be has been just huge, because letting them pick up everything you see just helps so much in getting money early, upgrading your speech early, getting enchantments early. It's just invaluable to have a partner that you can use to load everything for you. So likewise, since he can move normal speed, we can literally take the items off of him right at the shopkeep, and then immediately just turn around and sell it without having to walk around overweight.
I'd even buy... Take a look.
Ideally, we want weapons with good enchantments so that we can get them on our own weapons. In this case, he doesn't have any. Let's check any armor that we could get good enchantments off of. Unarmed, we're really not doing anything with unarmed. Created potions, more powerful than normal. Notice he only has $756, and I have $736, so how it is right now, we couldn't even get enough money to buy this, so let's go ahead and offload everything first. Run Belethor out of money entirely. Just remembering to keep all of our stuff. Of course, we'll give Faendal more equipment later on, wherever we head to next. Keep anything that has an enchantment, because we're going to break it down. We always want one pickaxe and one wood-cutting axe. Arrows don't weigh anything, unless you're in survival mode. We only need one mace. Maces are stronger than swords, and axes. Yep, and axes. Only need one wood-cutting axe. And with everything we're selling, we're increasing our speech skill in the background. In this case, we're already using that whenever we're needing to use magic, so this armor you can see is -2, so all of it can go. Boots, -4, all of it can go. Same with the arms, -4, get out of here. We only need one helmet. None of the random clothes matter right now. And even though, let's see, destruction less to cast, we'll keep one of them so that we can get the effect from it. And you notice when we run into a situation where he has no gold, At least for that, it's too expensive to sell. Let's run him all the way down to no gold as close as we can get. And we can do it most likely right here. There we go. So once the shopkeep runs out of gold, what you can do is wait 2 days. Of course, I'll fast forward through this so you don't have to actually wait. Okay. Since we waited before the shop closed, it was not considered trespassing. And now that it's been 2 days,
Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
notice his money has returned. So Belthor can now give us up to $756 again. But not only did his money return, the items actually changed in his inventory. Even though it doesn't look like it, he is selling different items now that he wasn't selling before. So again, double check to make sure there's no really good enchantments we want to take advantage of. Restoration costing less is not a bad idea. But we can do better. Ideally, the main enchantment you want as early as possible is the ability to soul trap an opponent. And these combination effects like this are usually a good idea too. For instance, magic restores 50% faster and restoration costs less to cast. When you use it, until you get a high enchantment skill, it won't be as good as this original article of clothing, but considering you can put it on any armor that actually has an armor rating other than 0, it's going to be better. So let's sell so we can buy that, because we definitely want that enchantment. We sold all of our weapons down, except for stuff we can disenchant. Keep going with armor. We only need 1 Thalmor robe to disenchant. Get rid of all the jewelry. As you saw, the speech skill increased. The more valuable the item is that you sell, the further it increases the speech skill, but everything contributes to it. So again, cure disease is really the only one we need, so that's the only one that can really affect us while we're out and about. And since we're not on survival, the food doesn't matter. The only one you want to keep is the salt, because salt is invaluable in this game. Because even if we're not making food, it can still be used as an ingredient for alchemy. Never sell your ingredients unless you're absolutely desperate. And any of the normal books that are not quest related, let's toss them, because all of them weigh a pound each. A lot of people forget that the books have weight. Now this was quest specific. The quest specific stuff we'll put in our house when we get a better one. And some that are tied to an actual quest, it won't let you sell, even if you try to. These are just regular books. There we go. And all the miscellaneous junk we haven't picked up. And just like that, he is out of money again, so wait 2 more days.
I'll give you the best deals or die trying.
Okay. Back after the 2-day wait.
A bit of that.
So just like before, Belthor now has money again, and he's going to have different equipment from what he had before. Weapons all seem the same, though he has a ton of fire arrows now. Armor, anything new enchanted that's nice looking. Minor archery. Would be good if we cared about archery, but not this playthrough. Bunch of backpacks, amulets. This time we have one combination for alteration. and for illusion. Neither one I'm that interested in. So let's keep selling. Again, all the random stuff that we had, Fane will pick up along the way. All of it, as you saw, is helping us with that speech skill. And the more valuable, the faster it's going to raise. Never sell your craft smithing materials unless you absolutely have to. If you really need to get rid of the weight, just have your partner pick it up and hold it. Because you never know when you'll need to upgrade your weapons or armor. And just like that, we got rid of everything we can. So we are now up to 2,377 gold.
Do come back.
Still have all of our normal weapons like before. So let's set our bow, and when it comes to the magic side, let's set oak flesh and sparks. That way we're ready to quick switch between the two. There we go. And let's continue to the middle section of Whiterun. Now that we're lightweight, Faendal's lightweight, everyone's happy. Except for this miserable weather. So there's not a whole lot in the center to do in Whiterun. As we saw at the very edge where the wall is. Again, when we're out of stamina, wait an hour. So where the wall is, there's a house right beside it that is for Carlotta. She's the one that we helped get the bard off her back that sells food. Right up from it is Clan Battleborn, the ones who are warring against Yorlin Greymaned and his family that we just helped. And speaking of which, their house is just below them, diagonal, right here. And since we completed the quest,
I hope your parents are proud of you. They have a lot of reason to be.
we can no longer just kind of come and go as we please. Get our bearings straight again here. So here's Clan Battleborn. Just below it is Amron's house that we'll see roaming around from time to time. His wife is not a fan of him being in combat and wanting to fight. Here with the torches is going to be the cemetery, as I always call it. The game always calls them Halls of the Dead. And right beside it is going to be the Temple of Kinnereth. Now the Temple of Kinnereth will have its own unique quest. We'll do that in the next video, because I just want to keep this one short. So we will do the Hall of the Dead for now, just to explore it. And usually you'll get a short little mission or two in these. Not all the time. So this is the Hall of Dead of Whiterun. Notice here is a shrine to Archay that we can use to give us the effect, the same effect you'd get from wearing the Amulet of Archay. But the shrines also get rid of your diseases if you have any, so always a good idea to grab one as you pass through, just to make sure if you got a disease and wasn't paying attention, that you get cleared of all that, without having to waste a potion. And let's see who's in charge here. Anders.
Tell me, do you believe in mighty Archay, god of life and death?
Well, according to this game, sure. The god of death, I know him well. Gods are a big part of my life. Not sure, tell me about him. Okay, I know him well.
I'm glad to know that, because I need your help.
Ah.
You see, I've lost something precious.
Okay. What'd you lose?
My Amulet of Archay. It's the source of my divine powers and also a sacred badge of office. I misplaced it in the catacombs. I'd look for it, but I have been hearing noises down there. I fear the dead have become restless. Without that amulet, I'm powerless to confront them. Would you be willing to search for it?
Alright. I guess I'll find it.
I'll just wait here and make sure nothing foul escapes the catacombs. The blessing of Arcade be upon you.
With all that strength you have, you could have gotten your own amulet, but why not? Since we're dealing with the dead, either Draugr or skeletons, we don't know yet. Let's get our flames ray, as they don't seem to like being burned. Probably because the dead don't want to be cremated. And we can hear that infamous squeaking sound always means skeletons. And Faendal's gonna deprive us of any of the fun down here, but at least we'll get some sweet shields and potential weapons. This is a good place to work on our destruction magic. And since these are low-level enemies, let's jack up the difficulty so we get more out of it. So let's go back to Expert. Since skeletons are one of the lowest tier monsters, they can't really do much. While you're in here, go ahead and take any of the goods, like all the money pouches, because none of this is considered stealing. There's a skill book for blocking. We hear more squeaking. Kill it with fire, true as always. Take whatever he's got and keep going. It tells us where to go, we're just exploring everything along the way. And notice here an unusual stone in the crypts. Bring the unusual gem to an appraiser. Anyone who has played Skyrim has been haunted by this quest. And you cannot get rid of the stones until you have all of them. If I remember, there's either 24 or 26 of them, and they're scattered all over Skyrim. Luckily, they're usually in pretty obvious places. They're usually in every Jarl's bedroom, they're usually in the faction places, and they are usually in major storyline dungeons. So, at least it's not to be hidden under a rock somewhere, typically. Alright, it's saying it's here, there it is. Anders Amulet of Arcade. Grab that, and head back, since that's all the fun we had down here. So in this tiny little mission, we did get a block increase, as well as some money, and we also got our first stone of Baronziah. Back to Anders.
I spend so much time among the dead, I sometimes forget how much I miss the company of the living.
It can do that to you. Found your amulet, by the way.
Thank Arcade! Please, take this gold for your troubles.
And on top of what we already made, there's another 15 gold just for literally killing like 3 skeletons.
Arcade be upon you.
And, of course, we can use the Shrine of Arcade just to get rid of any buggies that may be attached to us, clearing us of any diseases. And with all of this said and done, this will conclude this little mini mission. The reason is because the next 2 areas we have to look at, the Temple of Kinnereth and the Hall of the Companions, are going to be their own quests. Multiple with the Companions. So we'll start tackling those in the next episode. We'll catch you back next time. Everyone, have a great rest of the day.